fifth grade. Welcome back to reading. This video is for April 28th. Yesterday in our story, you were introduced to 7th Plum Blossom and her brother Luang and the difficult situation that they found themselves in when China was being invaded by the Japanese before World War II. And then you met a soldier, a Japanese soldier, who showed kindness to 7th Plum Blossom when she didn't expect it. That reminded me of a story in the Bible when someone else was shown kindness and they didn't expect it. I'm talking about the story of Mephibosheth. If you remember back in our study of 1st and 2nd Samuel, after David became king, he remembered the promise that he had made to Jonathan that he would always show kindness to Jonathan's family. And so he asked around to see if anyone knew if there were any members of Jonathan's family left that he could show kindness to. And remember, he was told about Mephibosheth, one of Jonathan's sons, who had become crippled. And so David invited Mephibosheth to come to the city of Jerusalem and to visit him in the palace. And poor Mephibosheth was very frightened and nervous. He didn't know why King David was asking him to come, and when he came, David greeted him so warmly and he showed him such kindness, and he restored all of Mephibosheth's grandfather's property, King Saul's property, to Mephibosheth. And the Bible tells us in chapter 9 of 2 Samuel that Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem, verse 13, and for he always ate at the king's table. Now he was lame in both his feet. So David remembered his promise to his best friend Jonathan, and he showed kindness to Mephibosheth and blessed Mephibosheth and took care of him. So we're going to continue, as I said, with our story. You're going to be reading pages 448 through 451 today. We have quite a few vocabulary words to look up. So go ahead and look these words up: jade, refugees, jostling, commotion, discarded, and debris. So stop the video and look up those words. All right, you should have looked up each of these words. The first word is jade, and the definition is a hard green or white stone often used in jewelry or ornaments. And we could use it in a sentence and say, because Mother's favorite color is green, her favorite piece of jewelry is her jade ring. Well, it just so happens that my mother has a jade ring, and I'm hoping this shows that well enough on the video for you, but it's the green stone here at the top of the ring. Maybe you or your mother has something made of jade in your house. The next word is refugees, and refugees or a refugee is a person who flees from his own country or home for safety or to find safety. Chinese refugees fled to other countries in search of freedom. So a refugee is a person who has to leave their home because there's some war or some type of disaster that has happened and they need to find safety somewhere else. Next word is jostling. That means to push or bump. You know, if you're ever kind of in a crowd and people are trying to push their way through, they're jostling their way. The milkman drove his team of horses slowly in order to prevent the glass bottles from jostling together. Okay, now that's going way back when milk was delivered by a milkman in a horse-drawn wagon. That's before my time. Next, commotion. That means violent motion, noisy activity, confusion. The escaped snake caused a great commotion in the classroom. I'll say that would be a huge commotion if we were in class and there was an escaped snake. Okay, next, discarded. It means to throw away. The seamstress cut quilt pieces from discarded fabric, so scraps, things that had been thrown away. And then the last word, debris, means the scattered pieces or remnants of something that has been broken, destroyed, or thrown away, rubble. After the tornado, Father managed to find his fishing pole in the debris. All right, so you're going to continue reading our story today, as I said, page 448 to 451. And as you're reading, I want you to keep this question in mind. What will Madame Kai advise Luang and 7th Plum Blossom to do? Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoy this next part of our story.